Square Garden. We're after 40 minutes of activity. The Rangers find themselves trailing an original 6 team, the Detroit Red Wings, by a 2-1 count, and it's a real pleasure to have in for a chat Rob Thorson, Shoulder Check, HT40, all initiatives that the story starts as a tragedy but takes a life on its own, and welcome aboard.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Dave, for having me. Great. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, again, this was an outing in Connecticut in the summertime. Explain the situation, how it evolved, and what you're doing moving forward.
Yeah, so it was August 3rd. We held an event called the Shoulder Check Showcase, which is the first initiative of our nonprofit, which is the HT40 Foundation. It's named in honor of my son, Hayden Thorson, number 40. He passed away a year and a half ago. But in life, he was kind of one of those glue guys, brought everybody together, and we decided the best way to honor him was to help kind of do basically what he did. Now that he's gone, we can do it for him. So we created this foundation. The plan is to give young men and women ways to kind of reach out, check in, and make contact with one another. So, we're more connected than ever through our digital devices and all that kind of good stuff, but folks are more lonely than ever.
Right.
And that's just about, space gets between us. So our foundation is all about bringing people back together and recreating social connection.
And again, and again, specific to your son, the son was 15 or 16, that age group, those late teen years, mid-teen years, it become even more difficult for kids in that age group.
Yeah, and the thing that we realize, or that we recognize, but like somebody said this to me the other day, the 3 hardest words in the English language to say, or in any language, are "I need help."
Right.
So if our organization can kind of help create space where people feel a little more comfortable asking for that help, that's what we're out to do. You hear it a lot of times, right? Like people say, "You're not alone," and what we're trying to do is just finish that sentence by saying, "Because I'm right here with you."
Right.
And that's kind of what led to the Shoulder Check Showcase. The idea is we're going to make kindness a contact sport. We're going to give people ways to actually reach out, check in, and make contact with one another in the real sense. You're not alone because I'm literally right here with you, sure as you and I are standing here together now.
And again, now, the event, there were 18 professional hockey players, 4 professional women players. So again, the macro infiltration of community is the NHL and teams. But you do have plans in place and initiatives to infiltrate right down to the grassroots of
Yeah, we were really fortunate. So the game was a spectacular success, and the Rangers have been terrific all through. Chris Kreider, Mickey Zibanejad, Adam Fox, Barclay Goodrow, Jonathan Quick were all on hand. Obviously yourself, emceeing the event, anchoring it, as well as players from across the league. Everybody came out and everybody had that same they all had that same experience, so they could say, like, you could see if someone's physically hurt, but you can't always see if they're struggling mentally.
Right.
So we've been really lucky to have the support of, we've connected with probably 4 or 5 franchises in the league now. The NHL front office has been really good to us, kind of counseling us, supporting us, helping make connections throughout. And then, like you say, all the way down from the big leagues, all the way down to house leagues.
Right.
We've got this idea where we host these shoulder check games where every program can do it. And basically what happens is the kids make the pledge in the locker room together, where they say, "I promise to reach out, check in, and make contact." And then they come out on the ice before the game, circle up in between the 2 teams and make that commitment again. And what we're really asking for now is for folks to kind of join us on this mission. Go to our website, shouldercheck.org, hit the contact form. The emails come straight to me, and I'll reach straight back out, and I'll give you the information and everything you need to have your own shoulder check moments. That's kind of hope we just kind of spinning the wheel bit by bit. And it's been really great. We've had a really positive reception across the board, and I think that's indicative of the fact that we need an idea like this right now.
Absolutely correct. I mean, it's in an age where hunkering down and to reach out and ask and inquire and really encourage people to even acknowledge that they're struggling. I think it's a tremendous initiative. So moving forward, to continue to do the fine things that you've set out to do, and how do you feel things are going moving forward?
I mean, that's been the thing. So I kind of say the same thing. Like, this whole thing is self-fulfilling in that every bit of success we have is kind of like a hand on my shoulder, or Gary Zegras, right, my partner with that, standing here with us here now tonight. It's a hand on our shoulder, kind of encouraging us to continue. It's this positive feedback loop, and it's been hugely important to me as we started out with this. But even just to see, I mean, I guess we've probably had gosh, by now, a couple thousand kids have now kind of made this pledge and had this experience themselves. When we held our event back in August, there was 2,500 people in the building. They all had this moment, this experience where they were able to put their hand on someone else's shoulder and just say, I'm here for it. You could see, you could feel the energy in the building.
Sure.
Like, it's a real positive experience, and hopefully it just, spins the wheel in the right direction.
And again, it's an interesting phenomenon, right? When the hockey is such a physical sport, right, and an aggressive sport, and a lot of times angry sport, and to take it to that level of acknowledgement. And I think your point when we first met, that a lot of times in sport, through success or failure, there is an embracement amongst the teams and teammates.
Well, I said it. We had the chance to talk to our local football teams the other day, and you see that every week. And obviously, you see it here at the end of the playoff series. What's the first thing folks do is they come over, because there's that mutual respect for the game and for each other, and it's a hand on a shoulder. Right? It's an acknowledgement of both in victory and defeat and encouragement and support. It's all those great things. And it's just like a natural behavior. It's a universal gesture. Nowhere more evident than after a playoff series. That's incredible, right? Where else does that happen?
And once again, you want to reach out and find information about a wonderful, wonderful phenomenon, you would?
Shouldercheck.org. Contact form there. Hit it up, and I'll get right back to you.
That's great stuff. I tell you, it's an inspiring story by an inspired family. Rob, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Dennis.
See if you can find a goal for the Rangers in the corner. Will you hear?
I'm on it. I'll get involved.
Been a real pleasure having Rob Thorson from ShoulderCheck.com on. When we come back, you're listening to